begin. Top 5 monsters that belong in the monsterverse. Part 1. Gorosaurus. Now, there's really no reason why Gorosaurus shouldn't be in the monsterverse. Easiest monster they can use. An Allosaurus. Like, it's literally a over-mutated Allosaurus. I think they would ace that very easily. Now, the reason why Gorosaurus or any dinosaur like Kaiju was probably cut from the Monsterverse and Kong Skull Island was because of they didn't want to compete with Jurassic Park. No, it's not competition if you're actually surpassing it. So again, these guys would just... they would have destroyed the they would have destroyed the Jurassic Park franchise when it came to dinosaur graphics. I mean, have you seen Kong and Godzilla? Yeah, they would kill it. Alright? So Gorosaurus honestly fits in there just by that fact alone here. As for where I would put him, I definitely could see him in a Kong movie. Definitely have that old Kong versus Gorosaurus thing. And then we have the Kong versus V-Rex fight in a way here. Have a pack of Gorosauruses being a new species and a new antagonist to Kong. They could be the apex predators of the Hollow Earth here. And then Kong kind of beating a good amount of them, sends them... questioning their place in the food chain, and then Kong puts himself at the top of the food chain here. So yeah, the kangaroo kick could definitely stay here. And honestly, I really see it just working here. I mean, Gorosaurus is one of those few monsters you just like to enjoy. Honestly, you could also put him on Kong Skull Island, as one of the few creatures that can fight off and eat a skull crawler for breakfast if they wanted to. I mean, it's pretty simple. I don't see how the skull crawler's numbers would have ran rampant on Skull Island anyway, but, Gorosaurus is just legendary. We all know Gorosaurus is legendary here. I mean, this is literally one of those monsters that has been around for absolute ages here. This is a monster. This is the monster that broke King Ghidorah's back. Imagine being able to tank planet-busting explosions, and then you get your back broken by a simple kangaroo kick here. Like, that's Gorosaurus for you. You can tank whatever you want. Gorosaurus is still breaking your back here. And I know, I just lowball Ghidorah and say, like, taking planetary destruction, but you guys get the point, right? Gorosaurus' kick is just absolutely powerful. Now, let's go into the other monster. Zilla. I think this is probably one of the fan favorite monsters that people want to be in the Monsterverse, is because it's super simple. Like, come on, Legendary. This is the simplest monster you can put in. A Godzilla subspecies that evolved in America. You could say Toho, or the legendary Godzilla was a subspecies that was the originator of the species that lived in Japan. And then you have Zilla, who originated in America, because again, Zilla is pretty much an American creation in general here, okay? They gave us the license to Godzilla, and we made Zilla out of it. So again, this is really an American product here, okay? So again, I think this would be pretty good here. Definitely a good ally or enemy to start off for either Godzilla or Kong here, because this guy is so good at burrowing, right? Like, this dude would have tunnels on top of his tunnels. Like, he actually is, like, so smart that he knows you're going to blast down the hole before you even think about doing it. He actually prepares for this kind of stuff and digs tunnels inside of his tunnels. It's like, what? Dude, how did you think of this kind of stuff here? Like, you blast down the hole, you still didn't hit him because he dug another layer just to move around you and then come on top of you. You even, like, really? And there's very few monsters that will dodge the atomic breath other than him. He's actually done it consistently in the IDW comics, to the point where Godzilla actually had to hold this dude at close range just so he can get the blast off. Then you have the fact that Zilla would actually be a good apex predator towards the Skullcrawlers. And I admit, I would love to see this guy fight Tiamat. I think it would be a very, very good fight here. Definitely see him use his intelligence to put Tiamat on land and on his home turf, and then pretty much be able to beat her. Okay, another one would be Camazotz as a good callback to Godzilla the series. Again, would be a pretty interesting fight in my opinion, definitely. And then you could add Komodo thorax as a species that they can crossbreed with. Okay, it's like an interspecies relationship, honestly. So you got, I think, it would be an interspecies relationship with the two. And then bada bing, bada boom, you could have them have babies, or you can have them, kill off Komodo thorax like they usually do. I mean, poor girl. She just wanted to be happy with her husband and her child. Like, geez, y'all just cruel here. But yeah, Zilla is a perfect pick for the Monsterverse, and I see why fans love him. Another one would be Baragon. Now, I've seen designs from him, and I actually can say, yeah, Baragon definitely could fit in the monsterverse. I mean, all you have to do is take a dragon, right? Take a dragon and a mole, take some key elements from those, and then combine the two, and then give this guy flames, right? Have him breathe fire, all right? Give a dragon, a mole, and maybe a bull. Yeah, let's combine those together, and you should have Baragon. Or at least give Baragon his original design. He was an ancient guardian dragon type thing anyway, and his fire manipulation or his fire projection is actually pretty cool here. I think him fighting monsters will be pretty interesting, considering the fact that he's one of the few monsters that can jump to air point, and this is like jet air point. Like these guys, like he should be able to jump above the clouds. He can jump above Biolatte's height. And considering the fact that Biolatte was one of the biggest monsters in the verse here, that should say something. This guy could pretty much also burrow as well. Not as complicated or as outthinking or, plan laying out as Zilla, but he's definitely one of the few burrowers. Oh, sorry. One of the few characters to burrow and use that in combat here. His flames, these flames are pretty ridiculously hot, able to, burn Space Godzilla and various other monsters who can tank black holes and countless supernovas just for fun. It's absolutely ridiculous here. Then the fact that, again, this guy would be a good counter for aerial type monsters here, okay? He would be, honestly, he would do his job. He would be a very good asset to the monsterverse, okay? As for how he breathes his fire or how his fire can be explained here, it can be somewhat similar to, Godzilla. Maybe a little bit lesser than that. Then you can have like these flames. Oh, these flames can reach supernova levels, or these flames are hot enough to eat through the toughest steels. Nothing could stand up to it. This guy could pretty much use his flamethrowers like nukes here. Like it hits the ground, boom, massive explosion, okay? So again, Baragon will be a very good addition to the monsterverse, and honestly, I could see it. Yeah, he would definitely work for the monsterverse here, okay? And honestly, I don't see why he shouldn't be on anyone's top 5 list here. And I mean, he just fits the part. Burrowing, flamethrower. You can even have him do a little Aang Gears thing where he can roll into a ball. And again, just, it's Baragon. You can make it work. Next up is pretty much 4 and 5 together. Sanda and Garaya. Easily. I mean, these are some of the guys that actually are able to beat Godzilla and get away with it. No repercussions. No ifs, and, or buts about it. These guys were able to beat Godzilla, take the W, and then Godzilla never got that rematch. Not many people can say, not many monsters can walk away with that. No, not many. Only a few monsters can actually beat Godzilla in a rematch, or until, that he needs help to actually just overcome them in general. So again, Senator Garai could definitely fit in the monsterverse, and I think I would have them as their own thing here, not another species of Kong, because that would just be ridiculous here. Or if they wanted to simplify it, they could be a subspecies of Kong, somewhere like how like Monster Hunter works. You have Glavenus, and then there's Acidic Glavenus, who's adapted to living in the Rotten Vale. Okay, something similar like that here. Sanda could be the desert wallower, and Garaya could be the swampland type of swampland type of monster, I guess here. So again, that would be pretty that's pretty helpful and pretty effective in my opinion. So the fact that Sanda and Garaya are also very good at tag teaming other monsters here. And I think these guys would actually be good allies for Kong here. Not sure how they would fight each other along the way here, but I do think that, they would be pretty good. Yeah, I really got to say these guys would be pretty good here. Garaya and Sanda would definitely give Kong some companionship, and it'd be like basically a band of brothers, okay? Like, some monkeys or, some ape-like groups have nothing but males in them. It could be something similar to that, but for its own thing here. Like, you have Sanda, Garaya, and Kong chilling in the Hollow Earth, chilling in their own little man cave or bunker, or, they could be chilling in whatever the area they want in the Hollow Earth here. And honestly, I think that would be good for Kong because, he does feel a bit lonely at times, I mean, that should get on anybody's nerves, you just feeling lonely, and next thing you know, you got two buddies to hang out with you and to help you out. And considering the next 1 year is going to have Kong having a child, or, Kong adopting a child here, I think this would be pretty great here. Baby Kong would have some uncles, Uncle Goriah and then Uncle Sanda. Well, now, yes, Sanda will have to keep Goriah in check if he starts wilding out here. But, I think it'll be pretty good. You got that one brother that's really aggressive, that one brother that's super calm, and then there's Kong. Then the fact that Kong is actually used to using weapons here, and then Sanda and Goriah could also add to that effect as well here. Yeah, they could help Kong make some weapons. I mean, look at this pic right here. This is lit. Like, look at that. You got Goriah with his own little curved blades here, and Sanda with his own curved blades, and Goriah with his with a club. Yeah, these guys can make their own weapons here. I mean, you saw Kong species use Godzilla's dorsal plate and a Muto bone as a battle axe. Now, couple that with the fact that these guys, and all three of them, should be able to work together extremely, and I mean extremely effectively here, you guys. Alright, there's no ifs, and or buts about it. These guys will be perfect for the MonsterVerse. These guys would be perfect for Kong in general. Give Kong some company. But anyway, you guys, yeah, I think that's a good point here, and I think we can leave it off here. I'll definitely have a part 2, and this is going to go on to the Monster Museum. So please comment down below, like, and subscribe, and share with your friends. This is Legendary Ghidorah, and I hope you guys are out there having a blessed day and staying safe in 2022. Peace.